Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Daily Motivation, 365 Days of Consistency, so we can chase and own and have the dreams that we truly want out of life. Hey everybody, thank you for watching, and I apologize if the screen is backwards. If it is, let me know, I can turn it around. But yeah, I love this. Hey! How's everybody doing? I apologize if I can't see you. Sometimes Facebook messes me up and I just can't see you on the phone, but I do appreciate you taking your time. Now, today I want to talk about entrepreneurship and abundance for kids. And what is a simple way you could teach them, and I mean real life situations that won't bog them down, and is in a way that it could explain to them in a very easy way. It's backwards. Okay, so I could turn it around. I won't be able to see you, so I'm just gonna keep going. So if I can't see you, I apologize, but thank you for your comments, and please like and please share. So I'm gonna turn it around so everyone gets the chance to see. So bear with me. I should have just left it the way I had it. You know what? I apologize if it's backwards, but it's just going to take a lot to set up. So instead, I'll explain what I'm writing on the board, so don't worry too much about it. All right? So let's just get this moving. All right. So, can you see me? Am I here? All right. Excellent. Let me just move it up slightly, and we'll dive right in. Jasmine, change the video setting on your camera. We got some experts. Going. All right. Okay, excellent. So this is a very simple and easy way to teach kids how to be entrepreneurs and to be abundant entrepreneurs in the most simple way possible. All right? Excellent. So the 3 rules, and this was from the good book, is A, be fruitful, 2, then multiply, then 3, hold dominion. Now we're going to talk about each one. And be fruitful. Even most adults have an issue with this particular number 1, as to be fruitful. They think being fruitful is just gaining some income. But that's not what being fruitful means. Being fruitful means to be able to increase that income in your own ability, in your own way. And I'll explain how. So just think of the farmer with the seed. A farmer has a seed and he plants his garden. But a good farmer knows how much crops he will get from what he's done, because he's done it before, right? So a good farmer will know, okay, I'll have, just throw an example, 100 apples at the end of this harvest. A farmer can do that. Now, a good farmer will say, okay, how do I get to 110 apples next harvest? How do I get to 120 apples the following harvest? How do I get to 500 apples, right? Because there's one thing that you need to know. If you're able to make $1, you're able to make 5. If something's working for you and you're able to make $1 from it, that means you can change that dollar into $5, right? That's being fruitful. It's saying, okay, I'm already can make fruit, but how do I expand my fruit? How do I expand my garden? So the very first thing you want to do is become fruitful. Expand your garden, right? For my own life, I've never, even when I was an employee, I've never made the same salary every year. Once I make that salary, say I was making $50,000 a year. Once I make $50,000 a year, my very first thought was like, okay, how do I make it to 60? How do I make it to 55? How do I make it to 54? Regardless, I don't want to be stagnant. I always want to increase my income. And I've been doing that since I was yay old, right? So the very first thing to be fruitful is you want to teach the kids, okay, I like to use the example of a lemonade stand, right? A lemonade stand, very easy to understand. Every kid knows what a lemonade stand is. So to start your lemonade stand, you need to have seeds. You need to have, you have to have lemons. You have to have a lemon squeezer. You have to have a pitcher. You have to have cups. You're going to have boards for signs. You're going to have a little register. You're going to have things, materials. So there's two ways to gain your materials as an entrepreneur. You can A, do small gigs, like mow your lawn, or mow your family's lawn, or mow the lawn of your neighbors, plow, shovel, pull weeds. I mean, I've done all of it. Pull weeds, whatever you can do, or get a job, depending on your age. So I'm talking about little kids. So maybe not get a job, but you can do small gigs to earn money. So you can get all the material you need by earning money in the front end. And once you have the money on the front end, you can invest that back into your business. You could do one, gigs, or two, you can get a loan. You go to mom and dad and say, hey, mom and dad, it's going to cost me $50 to start my lemonade stand. Can you loan me the $50 with interest? Now, parents, hear me clearly. Please hear me clearly. Do not give the kids just the $50. Tell them, I will loan you the $50 with interest. Why? Because you're teaching real life situations. I wish I could go to a bank and say, hey man, can I get 10 grand? Sure, Rich, here you go. It's not like that, right? Even my parents, I ask them, hey, can I borrow some money? They'll say, okay, I'll loan you the money, but you got to pay me back with some interest. And parents, you can do 5%, 10%, 20%, 25%, depending what kind of shark of a parent you are. You might be a shark parent. You might be a Mark Cuban. But loan them the money and say, okay, pay me back. You have, say, 3 months to pay me back, right? Just give them some time. Cool. And then kids, once you get loaned the money, all the income that you get from your lemonade stand, put that into the loan. Put that back into the loan. Pay back the loan as soon as possible. Why? Because after you pay back the loan, now you're making pure profit. Now you're on your way to be fruitful. Because we're not in the fruitful yet. We're just in the beginning stages. We haven't got to the fruitful. So, first, you want to pay back the loan so you can become fruitful. Don't have lingering debt. Trust me. Don't have lingering debt. Or, if you're doing gigs, then it's just your money. Now you're really rolling because you don't have to worry about paying anyone back. Now it's a pure profit. Okay? Again, we're not even being fruitful yet. We're still in the beginning stages. Now that you have all your material, you have your stand, everything set up, now you find a location. A good location. You want to, if you're selling lemonade, just for this example, you want a high traffic area. And you want to do it in hot days, hot areas where people, they're dying of thirst. They need what you are offering, right? So location is so important. Location. In front of a highway or a major intersection or in front of where you'll see you, okay? So that's where you start your lemonade stand. Now you worry about becoming fruitful. Again, what is fruitful? Is multiplying what you're already doing. So, say you make $1 after each lemon, right? Or after each drink, which is good. That's a good start. You're earning $1. You're earning $1 each time. You're earning $1. Now you have to start thinking fruitfully. Okay, if I'm earning $1, and I'll give you a prime example. When I was 9 years old, this was my very first coaching session when I was 9 years old. I met this girl. She was having a lemonade stand. And this lemonade stand was doing pretty well. I mean, I rode past her on my bike, and I said, hey, how you doing out here? I've always been interested in business. I don't know, ever since I was a little kid, just naturally. I walked up to her and said, how's your business doing? She said, I'm doing okay. I've been out here for a few hours, and this is how much I've earned. And I said to her, I was like, so you're only selling lemonades? She said, yeah, that's what I do. I sell lemonades. I said, what if they're hungry? She said, well, I don't know. I guess they could go to the bodega, the corner store. I said, yeah, they could go all the way down to the corner store, but they're ready at your location. So you're making them go to 2 locations. That's not service. Instead of having them go to 2 locations, you be a one-stop shop. She said, okay. So what do you think? I said, how much did you make? She said, she gave me the money. She said, I made this much. Okay, we're going to reinvest your money, which I'm going to talk about in a second. We're going to reinvest your money. So we took the amount she made. I went over to the bodega, and I bought a bunch of chips, little Debbie's, little sandwiches, little ice creams. And I got a bag of ice, and we put the bag of ice inside a container, and we put little ice creams in there, right? And we put little chips on top of the table, and little Debbie's. So people started coming by more. I tell you, we tripled her income. She was just making like $1.25 per drink. Now she was racking about $5 per person. Why? Because they were buying the ice creams, they were buying the chips, they were buying the drinks. So you bring them in for one thing, but you want to upsell anyone. Anyone that comes into your store, you want to upsell them something, okay? Because people need different things, right? So you don't want to just sell the lemonade. You also want to sell the chips, and you want to sell the ice creams. You want to get them. You want to give them more product. So that's how you become fruitful. We're taking $1 a person to $5 a person. That is being fruitful. Always thinking outside the box. How can I go from $1 to $5? From $5 to $10, from $10 to $20, from $20 to $50, from $50 to $100. You're always trying to think, how can I gain more? So that's being fruitful. So that's number one, be fruitful. Now, when you have income, hear this, even adults, because many adults don't do this, so even parents, hear this. If you are making an income, you want to split your income into 3 ways. You want 33% to go into reinvesting back into the company. So that is a piggy bank or bucket, whatever you use, that goes strictly to reinvesting back into your company. Because you have one lemonade squeezer, you might need a better lemonade squeezer, right? You have a good sign, but you might want to update your sign. So you always want to have money there to reinvest back into the business so you can become more, what is it, class? Fruitful. Yes, you want to become more fruitful. And the more fruit you can gain is by reinvesting back into your company. That's 33%. Another 33% you want to keep in savings. What is the savings for? The savings for long-term savings, for more expansion in your company, bigger growth in your company. And you might live in a hot area with multiple seasons, and now it's in the winter time, so nobody's buying lemonades anymore. So you want to offset that savings for the time when the market drops or when you're not having as much revenue because of natural disasters, weather, seasons, etc., etc., etc. So 33% goes into savings, 33% goes back to reinvesting in your company, and the other 33% goes into hip pocket bank. That's for you, your own personal. And I could do another class about how to money manage your own personal money, but that's a whole other different program. So we won't do that today. And I'm going to try to move quick because, I have time, I got to move, and you got your own time. So anyway, 3%, split all your income into threes, right? Turn that $5 and split it into threes. Cool. Now, you want to multiply. Number 2. After you become fruitful, then you want to multiply. How do you multiply? So, say you have 5 buddies that you know. And you say, hey man, I'm making some money. I'm making a lot of money in my lemonade stand, bro. I'm hustling. They're like, oh man, I want to make money too. Cool. How about this? I'll pay you 25% of all sales if you work for me. Cool. Or you can call it a partnership. Hey, I'll pay you 25% for you sitting at my lemonade stand, and I'll make 75% of the profits because it's my trademark, and you make 25% of the profit for working. This is how you have employees, right? This is what people do. So you said, okay, cool, Rich, or little Jimmy, little Timmy, I'll do that. I'll do your 25%. All right, hey Mike, how's it going? So for 25%, and say you started 5 more lemonade stands. So now you have 5 lemonade stands, and each one of your buddies is hosting that lemonade stand, and you're paying them 25% of the profit, while you keep the 75% of the profit. Now, there may be even, and give them incentives, right? I think the best thing to do to keep people, to keep good people, is give them incentives. So you can say, all right, how about this? I'll give you 25% per sale and an additional $10 at the end of the month, every month. So they can, you want to be good workers, right? You want to give people incentives so when they represent you represent your company, they put their best foot forward. So you want to give them incentive bonuses. So say, hey, I'll pay you $10 at the end of the month, and I'll give you 25% per sale. Cool. So now, while you're home playing video games, riding your bike, you're making money. You're making money. That's abundance. You're multiplying yourself. So you as one person can only do as much. But if you could multiply yourself, now you have 5 of your friends making you money while you're playing video games. Now, one thing you want to remember is this, though. Don't get, like most people, all right, if they get past fruitful and they get to the multiply, they stop at multiply. And then if there's an economic downturn, they get crushed because they thought they were good. You know, don't ever rest on your laurels. Success could be the worst thing that ever happened to you. Never rest on your laurels. You want to move from multiply to domination. Hold dominion. Hold dominion. This is all in the good book. Hold dominion of your product. How do you do that? Now, once you have your 5 guys working for you, making you money, now you have a lot of free time to really grow your business. Start expanding. Go to and do little lives and say, hey, I'm here at my lemonade stand, with my buddy Joe, come out and get your drinks. So you want your name to be synonymous when it comes to lemonades. You go to your local Publix and say, hey, Publix, I'll make a deal with you. If you let me host my lemonade stand in front of your store, we'll help sell you some of your products, some of your sales products. We'll help move your sales. We'll have magazines for Publix in front of it. And Publix says, okay, that's a good deal. I'll let you hold the space. You help sell for me. Now, you're helping another company, and that bigger company will help you grow, right? Because now they'll put up, like, hey, check out our new lemonade. Check out our new lemonade from our young entrepreneur, Jimmy or Timmy. Or you go to parks, baseball parks, and say, hey, every time you guys have a baseball game, can I host my lemonade stand here? See, you want to get frequency. That's what Grant Cardone calls it. You want to have frequency. You want to have omnipotence. You want to when people think of lemonade, they want to see your face. You want them to think of your product. And then you could franchise your product and sell people all over the country, all over the world, and say, hey, I'll give you my trademark. I'll show you how I make my lemonade stand. I'll give you the teaching on how I became fruitful and how I multiplied. All you have to do is have your own lemonade stand with my name on it, and then pay me a cut. Now you have people all over the world making you money while you're sitting at home playing video games. Right? So you're making deals with different people, and now you're holding dominion. Now every time they think of lemonade, they think of you, they think of you, they think of you. Once you can hold dominion, once you are known in your space, you're abundant. You're abundant. You're abundant. People will come all over the world just to come speak to you. You'll be on Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, people asking you questions in interviews like, man, how did you start with a small lemonade stand and now you multiply, now you've owned lemonade stands all over the country? Because you held dominion. Most people stop at fruitful. The average person, actually I'll say the average ambitious person stops at fruitful. The average, I would say, really abundant thinker stops at multiply. But the 1%ers hold dominion. You know who Walmart is. You know who Publix is. You know who Amazon is. You know who McDonald's are. Like, you know these people because they hold dominion. And once you hold dominion, you're off to the races. You're off to the races. And that's how you take a small lemonade stand and make it into a big, abundant company. Any kid could do this in anything. Video games, bikes. I knew some kid that he used to have kids rent his bike to ride them, right? They would pay him money to rent his bike that he didn't even pay for. See, when you could think outside the box, entrepreneurs and abundant people are just thinkers. They just think differently. So first you want to always think. So if you get stuck, think of these 3 things. 1, become fruitful. Expand your fruits. Don't just, hey, I'm getting my bike paycheck at Publix. How can you get a raise at Publix? Like, always think, how do you be fruitful? Number 2, multiply yourself. How can you be more places at once and have passive income? Number 3 is hold dominion. Be known as the expert, that person in your space. Because once people know that you are that guy, you are that gal, they'll come to you. You don't have to go to them anymore. They'll come to you. All right? So those are the 3 ways to teach your kids how to become more fruitful and abundant. Now, again, I'm going fast for a reason, so there's just so much time that I got on this. But if you found this valuable, please like, please share, please share this with your kids. And if you want me to teach more entrepreneurship to kids, please inbox me. at Rich Fontaine, either my public site or my personal site. Inbox me, and we'll chop it up. And I'm thinking of something I got planned coming soon that we could help for your kids as well. So now that they're home, they're hanging out, teach them this stuff, man. Teach them this stuff. Teach them this stuff. Teach them this stuff. You want them to pay for your retirement one day. You don't want to have generations of kids having to restart over and over again. Once you can reach dominion, that's when their kids and their kids' kids and their kids' kids and their kids' kids can eat from the fruits of their labor, not having to restart over and over again like the generation I had, my generation before me, and the generation before them. Let's change the mindset. Let's change things now by teaching the kids simple. And this is all in the good book, simple ways of becoming entrepreneurs, selling for themselves, become abundant, and learn how to become wealthy businesswomen and businessmen. Simple ways. Again, be fruitful, multiply, and then hold dominion. And this might be work for some adults too. So I keep them simple so everybody can understand it. So this is something you want to watch with your kids, watch as a family. I know this will help you because it helps me in my own life once I actually learn this stuff. All right, well, I appreciate it. Sue, I appreciate it. Mike, I appreciate it. Miriam, Jazz, John, and Robin, and Diane, and anyone I couldn't see. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this. I hope this served you well. Again, either you can agree with me or not agree with me, but either way, I feel this was a successful conversation. Your kids could become abundant today. They could learn it today. Doesn't matter how old you are, you can learn this today. It's simple stuff. All right? Love all of you. Hope it served you well. Please inbox me. Please like. Please share. Please comment. And namaste. Oh, and check out my new Instagram page, Right to Grow Rich, where you could get my new book, Right to Grow Rich, for absolutely free. So go to number 2, Grow Rich on Instagram. Right to Grow Rich on Instagram. Love is love, and get a free copy of that book. I love all of you. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.